Uachtaráin, this motion is self-explanatory, basically suggesting that if you do not make the 26 of the panel for the county team on any given weekend, that you'll be available to play for your club. It is to overcome the practice which has been prevalent for a while of where players outside of the 26 who are on the county panel, maybe as high as 35 or up to 40 at times, wouldn't make the matchday panel, but neither would they be released to their clubs. The player was losing out on the double and the club was losing out also. So it's self-explanatory and I would suggest fairly obvious.
Lee Maureen Corky, Uachtaráin agus a Cardia, Cork are in support of this motion, Uachtaráin, for the following reasons, some of which have been outlined by Micheál. Up to 30 players on any weekend when the inter-county team is taking part in a game are tied up. 9 or 10 of those players cannot get a game and will just sit as unused subs. These players take part in the best of training, the best of coaching, the best of preparation week in, week out. But because of their position on the inter-county panel, they could spend the entire National League campaign with little game time or indeed no game time at all. Having these players being eligible to play with their clubs would be good for clubs, for the players themselves, and for the good of the status of the club leagues, where teammates and opponents would get the chance to measure up against county panellists.
Micheál de Burca, Uachtaráin. Chairman, just on a point of clarification, and we support the motion, but in relation to the availability of players to their clubs, could I have clarification of whether it is players to play championship with their clubs or just to be available to their clubs, because it needs to be explained which aspect of
available it. Any available to clubs.
For both?
Yes.
Right.
Available to clubs, any competition.
Yeah, but take the fixtures bodied in the county that's making the fixtures. They would need to know the panel of 26 on the previous Sunday if they're going to fix a championship game to cover within rule to play the following weekend with players outside the 26. I do see that we'd have some difficulty with managers getting the 26 named on Sunday.
Yeah, accept the point you make, but we're making the point that you're in charge, you're the county chairman, you control what happens in your county. Motion 6, which deals with availability of inter-county players to clubs. If you agree with the motion and want to say yes, press 1, please. If you disagree with the motion and want to say no, press 2. Motion is carried.